JB Badass 08 asks, what do you do for cardio? Honestly, I don't do a whole lot of cardio, man. With my style of training, it's very high intensity, short rest, high volume, that I really burn a lot of calories without having to do a whole bunch of cardio. And also, I watch my diet. Don't let the cheat video yesterday fool you. I watch my diet pretty closely. So I really don't have to do a whole lot of cardio, man. I work out 5 days a week. I usually do cardio 1 or 2 days a week. And it's usually steady state, like running on a treadmill or running outside, something like that, 30 minutes. Big Bang Boozy, get in the jacuzzi. By far my favorite YouTube name. He asked, bro, how much lean mass do you think you've added since you started lifting? That's a good question. Realistically speaking, I started lifting when I was 14, so I was going through puberty, and it's normal for people to gain, 30, 40, 50 pounds during puberty. So when I started lifting, I was about 125, 130 after I lost weight from being obese at 10. And now I'm about 100 pounds more than that. I'm about 220, 225 now. So I would say I've put on about 50 pounds of lean mass in the last 10 years, which is achievable for those that are like, oh, it's not natural. You can achieve that if you're training your ass off. You got pretty decent genetics. I'd say I have decent genetics. And, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're fairly consistent, which I have been for the last 10 years. So I would say about 50 pounds of lean mass, give or take 10 pounds. Who knows? I mean, I don't fucking know. All I have is the scale, and, that's that. Deficit 1080p asks, what do you do when you hit a weight loss plateau? I'm stuck at 175 LOL, and I'm already eating 1,400 to 1,700 calories. I'm 5'7". All right, well, your height really doesn't have anything to do with it, man. But when you're stuck at a plateau, that essentially means your body is burning as many calories as you're putting into it. So if you're saying you're eating 1,400 to 1,700, that's a big fucking gap. I would say you need to nail that down. Like, are you eating 1,700 calories a day, or are you eating 1,400, or are you eating 1,500? You need to nail that down, because the difference between 1,700 calories and 1,400 calories could be the difference between you losing weight and you not losing weight. So nail that down to actually how many calories you're eating. If you're using an app like MyFitnessPal, which is what I have my clients use, you can actually put in all your food, and it'll tell you exactly how many calories that you're eating, assuming you record your food accurately. So do that first. Figure out exactly how many calories you're eating, and stay consistent with that, and find out if you lose weight. Also, once you've done that, you need to make sure, I don't know how your training is. I don't know, are you working out 3 days a week? Are you working out 4 days a week? Are you doing high intensity? Are you doing low intensity? All these things could factor in hitting a plateau. If you're working out, for example, say 3 days a week, and you're doing low intensity, you're just walking on the treadmill or something, try speed walking on the treadmill. That could break you out of the plateau. Or try doing some HIIT cardio. That could break you out of a plateau. There's a bunch of different things you can do. You really don't want to drop your calories too much, without feeling like shit. But I would say, just narrow down how many calories you're eating, and make sure, you're working out hard enough. And you may need to add an extra day. If you're doing 3, add 4 days. My point is, you need to switch it up. That's the only way to get out of the plateau. You got to switch things up. All right. Kobe Mops, he's got a couple questions for me. He asked, what's your zodiac sign? Taurus, baby. I'm Taurus, baby. Taurus. How big are your arms? My arms are 19 inches, 20 with a pump. So I just tell people 20 because, 20 bigger than 19. He asked, do you watch any anime/cartoons? And what do you hope to achieve in the future? I like that last question. As far as anime, I was really big into anime when I was like 6th, 7th grade. I used to watch a lot of Naruto, a lot of DBZ, Dragon Ball Z. That was my shit. I know a lot of us that are into bodybuilding and stuff, we love Dragon Ball Z because they all had the big muscles and, leveling up, and, they eat this little bean and now they got even bigger fucking muscles. So, yeah, Dragon Ball Z was my favorite, and my second favorite was Naruto. I used to watch I used to cycle back and forth between those two. I used to fucking love those. That's a good question. As far as what I hope to achieve in the future, I've got a couple things I want to achieve, man. One, I'm trying to get this YouTube shit off the ground. As you guys know, it is a slow process, but, you know, I'm dedicated to doing it, and I'm going to fucking do it. And so I want to get this YouTube shit off the ground. I have a bachelor's in exercise science, so I plan on going back to college and getting a master's in clinical psychology. I want to learn more about the mind. The body achieves what the mind believes. So I'm going to be doing that. And also, you know, I want to work for myself one day. Like, you know, I work a regular 9 to 5 like a lot of people. And one day, you know, I don't want to be doing that. You know, I want to be doing what, you know, selling supplements, selling T-shirts, which, you know, I already have merchandise out, but I want to be working for myself. I want to have my name attached to my own business. I don't want to work for people for the rest of my life. So those are my main goals, man. That's a good question. I like that. Selena, she asked, how, it's the real question, guys. How do I build a bigger booty? Oh man, we asking them real questions today. All right, there is 2 ways to build a bigger booty. There's a natural way to do it, much like with, you know, muscles. There's a natural way of doing it, and there is the unnatural way of doing it. The natural way of doing it is, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do a lot of leg exercises, because when you work your legs, you're working your booty. So that's going to be your squats. If you don't want to do squats, I know squats give a lot of people knee problems and back pain. You can do leg press. Leg press is just as good as squats. Just make sure you're going deep with your leg press, as that's going to really engage your glutes more than doing like quarter reps and stuff like that. So going deep with your leg exercises. So your squat, your leg press, you can do hip thrusters, and you can do lunges. I would say those are really the 4 main ones that are going to build your butt the most. 12 to 15 reps, 3 to 6 sets per exercise. Do that. But there also is a genetic factor to it. So some people, for example, a lot of girls, they ain't got to do that shit. They just, you know, eat them grits to make you thick or whatever, and, you know, all the fat from the grits goes to the ass. So, you know, that's going to depend on your genetics. Some people hold more fat in their ass. Some people hold, you know, they hold it in their arms or their back or whatever. It's really going to come down to genetics, to where you hold fat. It's really not going to come down to what you're eating or, you know, whatnot. So your best bet, if, you know, you're not genetically blessed to have, you know, big ass glutes from, you know, because you hold fat there, is going to be to do the exercises I talked about. Push yourself, really focus on your form and going deep. That'll get you a big ass, guaranteed. All right, guys, this is the end of my Q&A. I hope you guys learned something about me and also learned something about yourselves. I'm going to be doing another one of these. I'm going to try to do, you know, at least one of these a month. And so just keep commenting, guys. Keep supporting me. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. So subscribe and like and comment on my shit. It's your boy Nick, your boy Hercules, signing out.